Maya Chun was 16 years old the night someone tried to get inside her house. She'd been home alone before, plenty of times. Her parents trusted her. She was responsible, kept her phone charged, knew all the rules. Keep the doors locked. Don't post on social media that you're alone. Don't open the door for strangers. Simple stuff. But that Friday night in October, Maya learned that sometimes knowing the rules isn't enough. Sometimes the danger knows them too. Her parents had left that morning for a weekend conference in Boston. Her mom was a pharmaceutical sales rep. Her dad worked in hospital administration. They attended these medical industry events twice a year, always came back Sunday evening with boring stories about networking and presentations. Maya had the house to herself until Monday morning because they'd decided to extend the trip, take a day to visit some old college friends. She'd been looking forward to it, honestly. A whole weekend of pizza, Netflix, and not having to make conversation at dinner. She'd invited her best friend Jenna over for Saturday, but Friday night was just hers. She'd ordered Thai food, changed into her comfortable clothes, oversized hoodie and sweatpants, and settled onto the couch with her phone and the latest season of the show everyone at school was talking about. The house was a typical suburban split level in a quiet neighborhood called Maple Ridge. 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, a yard with a fence, neighbors close enough to hear if you really screamed, but far enough away to give you privacy. The kind of place where people left their garage doors open and kids rode bikes in the street until the streetlights came on. Maya felt completely safe there. She always had. It was just after 9:30 when she heard it. 3 solid knocks on the front door. Firm, deliberate, the sound echoing through the quiet house. Maya's stomach did a small flip. She wasn't expecting anyone. Jenna wasn't coming until tomorrow. Her parents had already called an hour ago to say they'd checked into their hotel. Maybe it was a neighbor? Sometimes Mrs. Patterson from next door came by to borrow things or drop off mail that had been delivered to the wrong address. She paused her show and sat up, listening. Another 3 knocks, same rhythm, same firmness. Not urgent exactly, but insistent. Maya got up from the couch and walked to the front door, her socked feet silent on the hardwood floor. The porch light was on. She could see its glow seeping around the edges of the door frame, but the peephole was one of those old ones that was practically useless in the dark. She could make out a shape, someone standing there, but no details. Her hand hovered near the doorknob, but she didn't touch it. Rule number 1, don't open the door. Instead, she called out, her voice sounding smaller than she'd intended. Who is it? There was a pause, just long enough to make her skin prickle. Then, a man's voice answered. Unfamiliar, adult, calm. Maya, there's been an accident. Your father's in the hospital. The words hit her like cold water. Her father, hospital, accident. Her mind immediately went to car crashes, heart attacks, all the terrible possibilities that live in the back of your mind when your parents travel. Her hand moved toward the deadbolt, operating on instinct and panic. But something made her stop. Maybe it was the way he'd said her name, too familiar, too certain. Maybe it was the fact that if there'd been an accident, someone official would call, wouldn't they? A hospital, the police, not just some stranger showing up at her door. She pulled her hand back from the lock. Who are you? Maya asked, her voice stronger now, steadier. How do you know my name? Another pause. She could hear him breathing on the other side of the door, close enough that he must be standing right up against it. The thought made her take an involuntary step backward. I'm a friend of your father's, the voice said. There was something off about his tone now, a hint of impatience creeping in. We need to go to the hospital. It's urgent, Maya. Open the door. He knew her name. He knew her father. But something felt wrong, terribly wrong. Her heart was pounding now, her hands suddenly cold and clammy. What's my father's name? Maya asked, surprised by her own quick thinking. She heard a soft sound that might have been a chuckle. Robert Chen. Works at Mercy General Hospital in administration. Now please, we're wasting time. He's been asking for you. Maya's blood ran cold. He knew everything. Her father's full name, where he worked, even the specific hospital. How? How did this stranger know so much about her family? Which hospital is he at? She asked, stalling, her mind racing. St. Mary's, the man replied without hesitation. About 20 minutes from here. I can drive you. Your mother's already there. St. Mary's? That was a real hospital not far away. Everything he was saying sounded plausible, carefully constructed. But Maya's instincts were screaming now, every nerve in her body telling her something was very wrong. Just let me get my shoes, she said, trying to keep her voice normal. 1 second. She didn't wait for his response. She turned and walked, as quietly as she could, to the living room toward the couch, where she'd left her phone. Her hand shook as she grabbed it, nearly dropping it twice before she managed to unlock the screen. Behind her, she heard 3 more knocks, louder this time, more insistent. "Maya?" The voice called through the door, and now the impatience was unmistakable. "Maya, open the door. We need to leave now." She pulled up her father's contact and hit call, pressing the phone to her ear so hard it hurt. It rang once, twice, 3 times. Each ring felt like an eternity. The knocking came again, harder, faster, no longer polite or measured. The door rattled in its frame. "Maya." The voice was different now, rougher, dropping the pretense of concern. "Open this door." On the 4th ring, her father answered. "Hey, sweetie, everything okay?" His voice was normal, relaxed, with the buzz of conversation in the background. "We're just at dinner with the Pattersons. You remember them from?" "Dad." Maya cut him off, her voice cracking. "Are you okay? Are you at the hospital?" A confused pause. "What?" "No, honey, I'm at a restaurant." Why would I be at the hospital? The knocking had stopped. The sudden silence was somehow worse than the noise had been. "There's someone at the door," Maya whispered, moving toward the kitchen window, trying to see the front of the house. "A man. He said you were in an accident. He knew your name, Dad. He knew where you work. He knew everything." She heard her father's sharp intake of breath. "Maya, listen to me very carefully. Do not open that door. Do you understand? Don't open it." "Where are you in the house right now?" "Kitchen room," she breathed. "Good. Stay away from the windows. I'm calling the police right now. Your mom's getting her phone." "Maya, is the door locked?" "Both locks?" "Yes, I think so. A sound from the back of the house made her freeze, a soft rattling. The back door. Someone was trying the back door. "Dad, he's at the back door." Her voice came out as a terrified whisper. "He's trying to get in." "Maya, I need you to go upstairs to your bedroom, lock the door, and get in the closet. Right now. Do it right now. The police are on their way." Maya was already moving, running for the stairs on legs that felt like they might give out. She could hear it clearly now, the sound of someone testing the back door, trying the handle, jiggling it. The door held. She'd locked it earlier. Thank God she'd locked it. She took the stairs 2 at a time, her breathing coming in short, panicked gasps. Down the hallway to her bedroom at the end, her father's voice steady in her ear, talking to her, keeping her connected. "I'm in my room," she panted, slamming the door and turning the lock. "Closet, Maya. Get in the closet." She closed and locked the bedroom door, then yanked open her closet door, pushing past hanging clothes into the back corner, pulling the door closed behind her. The darkness was absolute, suffocating. She could hear nothing but her own breathing and her father's voice. "The police are 3 minutes away," her father said. "Your mom's talking with them. They're coming, Maya. You're doing great. Just stay quiet. Stay hidden." In the darkness of the closet, Maya heard something that made her blood freeze. Footsteps inside the house. Moving through the first floor, deliberately, searching. He was inside. Then she remembered the door from the garage to the house. She hadn't checked it. It was supposed to be locked from the inside, but what if her parents hadn't checked it before they left? What if they'd forgotten? Maya bit down on her hoodie sleeve to keep from making a sound. Tears streamed down her face in the darkness. Her father was still talking, but she could barely hear him over the sound of her own heart hammering. The footsteps came up the stairs, slow, methodical, checking rooms. She heard the bathroom door open, heard movement in her parents' bedroom across the hall. Then silence. She held her breath, every muscle locked rigid. The footsteps had stopped right outside her bedroom door. The door handle rattled. "Maya," the voice called softly. "I know you're in there. Your father really is asking for you." The lock clicked. He was picking the lock. She could hear the soft scraping of metal on metal. Maya pressed herself deeper into the corner of the closet, behind the winter coats and old stuffed animals. Through the phone, she could hear sirens. Her father was saying something, but the words didn't register. Her bedroom door opened with a creak. She couldn't see anything through the crack in the closet door, but she could hear him breathing, moving around her room, checking under the bed, opening drawers, getting closer to the closet. Maya pressed herself deeper into the corner of the closet, behind the winter coats and old stuffed animals. She could hear sirens. Her father was saying something, but the words didn't register. Her bedroom door opened with a creak. She couldn't see anything through the crack in the closet door, but she could hear him breathing, moving around her room, getting closer to the closet. The sirens were louder now, very close. The footsteps in her room stopped. Then he must have heard the sirens, as Maya then heard him run out of the room and down the stairs. She then heard the back door slam open, heard voices shouting, police radio chatter. Maya? Her father's voice, desperate. Maya, are you there? I'm here, she whispered. I'm okay. She stayed in that closet until a female police officer opened the door and found her, still huddled in the corner, still clutching her phone. They didn't catch him. Whoever he was had gone out the back door and over the fence before the police could cut him off. They found the garage had indeed been unlocked from inside, just as she'd feared. They found his footprints in the yard, size 10, work boots. They found the garage had indeed been unlocked from inside, just as she'd feared. They found his footprints in the yard, size 10, work boots. But they didn't find him. The investigation revealed disturbing details. Someone had been watching the house, had known her parents were gone, had known she was alone. They found evidence that he'd been through their trash, had possibly tracked her father's routine for weeks. The police theorized he'd overheard conversations, maybe at her dad's hospital, or seen social media posts, though Maya's parents were careful about that. They didn't catch him that night. Whoever he was had gone out the back door and over the fence into the neighbor's yard before the police could surround the house. They found the door from the garage to the house standing open. Her parents had forgotten to lock it. Found his footprints in the yard, size 10 work boots. But they didn't find him. The investigation revealed disturbing details. Someone had been watching the house for weeks, had known her parents' schedule, had known she would be alone. They found evidence that he'd been through their trash, learning their routine piece by piece. Then came the breakthrough. Security footage from her father's hospital showed a man in maintenance coveralls lingering near the administration offices, watching, listening to conversations. The same man appeared on a neighbor's doorbell camera 3 days before the incident, walking slowly past Maya's house, studying it. His face was clear in both videos. The police knew exactly what he looked like. They identified him 2 weeks later, a man named Derek Sullivan, 34, with a history of breaking and entering, stalking charges in 2 other states. There was a warrant out for his arrest, but by the time they knew his name, he was gone, disappeared. His last known address was abandoned, cleared out. No family, no job, no trail to follow. 6 months later, the case is still open. They know who he is, they have his face, his name, his history, but they don't know where he is. Her family moved 3 months after it happened. Different state, different neighborhood, a house with a sophisticated alarm system and deadbolts on every door. Maya is 17 now. She doesn't stay home alone anymore ever. When her parents travel, she stays at her best friend's house, or her aunt comes to stay with her. And every time there's a knock at the door, she feels that same cold dread wash over her, remembering the voice on the other side saying her name, knowing everything about her, waiting patiently for her to let him in. Derek Sullivan is still out there, somewhere. Thanks for listening, Salem Night fans. Before you turn out the lights, do one thing for me. Hit that like, share, and subscribe, so I can keep bringing you more stories just like this one.